All right. We are live. We are live, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Whoever is here, I'm very grateful for your participation here. But this is going to be the first live episode that we're doing. Obviously, it's been a while since I've uploaded, so bear with me here. But this is episode 9, guys, and as I'm sure you've seen the title. We are doing 3 topics. As usual, we'll try to cover a little bit more. Today is going to be a bit of a much shorter episode, but basically, guys, today we have Candace Owens. The Erika Kirk series is going live on Wednesday, so that's going to be crazy. I don't know how people are going to react. People are getting freaked out about it already. But Candace Owens, guys, is doing an investigative series on Erika Kirk, and it's being called the wife of Charlie, or the widow of Charlie, or the bride of Charlie, as Candace calls it. Also, we're going to be talking about Redpill isn't dead, because it isn't. And I'm getting so frustrated with how men are suffering in the dating market and how women are behaving and the gender dynamics that need to be explained over and over again because some people simply just don't get it. And that's what we're going to be covering. I have a bunch of clips that we're going to react to on X. And some of these clips, guys, I swear to God, you would not believe it if I told you how these people behave, how these women behave, and how the men just stand there and they just accept that kind of behavior. But, anyways, we're going to do that. And today, guys, President Trump, he has done his State of the Union address, and we're going to be looking at that, a few clips of it. I was in a few Twitter spaces with Myron and Suleiman Ahmed and a lot of other people, folks that were reacting to Trump's State of the Union address. So we're gonna have to take a look at that. There were a few boos in the crowd. There was senators, there was Congress people. Of course, Thomas Massey and Representative Ro Khanna, were working on the Epstein Files Transparency Act, and they were there too. We'll talk about that. There were survivors there of Epstein, and it went crazy because they were right situated in the middle of the audience. In fact, we're going to go over this, and the victims were literally sitting in front of Trump as he was giving the State of the Union address, and they were being completely ignored. So we're going to go through that. But yeah, this is my first live, and of course, we're going to go more into it as we keep going. But, I thought we would start off with Redpill. So I'm going to have a few clips that we're going to react to real quick. And this is going to be unbelievable. Some of this stuff, guys, you're not going to believe it. But yeah, here we go. So this is the first topic, guys. We're getting straight into it. We're going to be looking at a few clips that I reacted to on X. And we're going to go through them briefly because there are a lot of clips. But this is unbelievable, honestly. And before I go into this clip, this was reposted by Richard Cooper, by the way, guys. He's a Red Pill content creator. He's been in the game for a while now. Before I go into the clip, I want to give a bit of context. This is a man from some social media YouTube channel. I think it's called Political Brawl. Yeah. And he's basically going up to people, going up to women in the big cities, Chicago, LA, New York City, Miami, San Francisco, San Diego, etc. And he's doing street interviews, guys, where he's asking people to sign petitions. Now, what kind of petitions are they? Well, they are petitions, guys, for bringing back certain people that were deported under ICE that came into the United States illegally, committed crimes in their home countries, then came to the United States. And he's asking people to, especially women, especially as we'll see in this video, young liberal women, to sign his petition so that we can get the individual back into the United States, even though they are a convicted felon. They have been charged with multiple crimes. It's confirmed they've served jail time in foreign countries. And this guy is just trying to see if the girls will sign his petition to bring back an illegal alien that entered the United States of America illegally, committed crimes in his home country, and came into the U.S. anyway. So this is insane. But we're gonna play this clip real quick. Let's go into it. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. And we're gonna play the clip in full, and I'm gonna give my reaction. Go. Yo. All right, that was kind of hard to watch. Now that you guys watch the clip, I'm going to replay the clip, and we're gonna go through it together, and I will give my commentary as the clip. So let's start off with this. So he's approaching this young woman, and she's with a boyfriend or husband, whatever. It's probably boyfriend, right? And he's basically trying to get her to sign this petition to essentially bring back an illegal alien. As I said, in this case, he's making it up, obviously, guys. None of this is real, but he's just trying to see, if she's gonna sign it. This guy from El Salvador, and I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna give my commentary as it's going. Here we go. So immediately, what you notice is that without any context, this woman decides to sign the petition without knowing any information about the illegal alien that she's trying to essentially extradite back to the United States without facing any sort of crime or any punishment. Now, what's so weird about this is that this is very common, guys. This is very common. I'm sure you know the outrage about ICE, but has been going on in the United States for a long time. But it's not only ICE, guys. It's basically every single topic that these women, these feminist liberal women, will jump into. And when they jump into it, I'm just playing the clip right now, they don't think with their brains. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep playing this. Give a shit. She's just signing it. As she's signing it, the guy is giving her the context about what information um, she needs before she signs it. Basically, he's giving a disclaimer, right? So it's like, what? He murdered 5 people? Oh well, back to signing the petition. Like this is what it is, guys. Like this is insane, and it just goes to show that. And we're gonna get into more of this later on. But guys, the red pill isn't dead, and the red pill isn't dead because of women like this. It can't be, and it never will be. The fact that women for thousands of years have been slave logic, we all know this, that women are emotionally uncontrollable. They lose their temper much faster. They have extreme mood swings because of the biological differences between us and men. And this is so apparent. You can see it right here. The fact that women do not have the ability to critically think, especially if they have been, brainwashed by these liberal, feminist, leftist propaganda machines. And apps like TikTok and Instagram, which all liberal propaganda essentially. And she doesn't even consider the fact that he's murdered 5 people. He's like, oh. And you'll see later in this clip, she asks like 1 or 2 questions about it, but it's just like, why are you like signing it as he's telling you that he's murdered 5 people? Why are you doing that? I mean, let's continue here. You can see her face too. It's like it's insane. See, look, and this is the face that I want to talk about. She's looking at a BF, and a BF is just standing there, fucking doing nothing. And it's insane. The fact that she looks at him, I'll tell you what, guys, she's not looking at him because she's worried that he's not going to approve. She's looking at him just to give him the look of shit. This is probably bad, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I'm going to do it on camera so you can't stop me. That is the look that she's giving to him as she's signing this petition. Because again, as you can see, if we keep playing this, her face just goes back to the paper. She looks at him once. She looks at this guy once, and she gives that. Ooh, I don't know if this is a smart decision, but then she immediately goes back to signing the paper. And watch how the guy is just completely cucked out of his mind. He's just standing there and he's laughing because he knows that this is hysterical, trying to bring back an illegal alien that has been captured by the border agents and ICE, who has committed 5 murders in El Salvador, and he knows it's ridiculous, but he's gonna let his GF do a thing because he's cucked. And this is what they teach these men: is that women have the absolute ability to do whatever they want, go girl, and all this other stuff. And these men will just listen to that. They will just sit there and basically abide by and obey that girl 100% of the time, even when the girl is making a mistake. She clearly is here. She's trying to bring back a murderer just because she saw something on CNN or TikTok where it's like, oh, ICE is evil or whatever. It's complete bullshit. But let's keep playing this clip. You can see there's a prolonged silence, and they're not really engaging in any sort of conversation. She knows deep down that what she's doing is wrong, but she's gonna do it anyways, because why not? Right? Why not? And look, look how she just signs it, and she just gives it back to the guy as if nothing happened. We're just trying to bring back this lovely sweet man from El Salvador. He murdered 5 people, but who cares? You know, and he murdered them in his home country, and he came back here, but he probably got deported because of the color of their skin, right? Because our law enforcement doesn't do a good job, and they're evil, and Trump is completely evil, and the conservative movement is completely evil, and anybody who tries to enforce any form of border, this is what they get taught, literally. But continue. You can see this. Hold on. Body language is very important, guys, between a man and a woman. You can see the boyfriend girlfriend, and watch how he's about to tap her on the shoulder, saying, "Let's go, let's get out of here," but she just ignores him. Look. So he gives a tap, and he looks directly at her, but she's not even paying attention. She doesn't give a shit, and she's like, And he asks the guy if he wants to sign it, and instead of giving his answer, his girl interrupts him in the middle of giving his answer, and she just looks over him again, um, completely. So I mean, that's the clip, and it just goes to show you how these liberal leftist women do not have the ability to critically think. And because they don't have that ability, they have to rely on other people that are more powerful, that are more smart, that are more intelligent, that are more politically connected to form their opinions. You see, a woman like this, guys, a liberal woman like this, who knew what she was doing was completely wrong. She was trying to bring back a convicted felon who has murdered 5 people in his home country just because she saw something probably on TikTok saying that ICE is evil and they're fascist dictatorship. It's literally probably just because of that, And sorry, just give me a second. And it's insane to me that women like this exist. And it's like, if you're a person who does not have the ability to critically think, should you really be even voting in these elections? Like, have you guys ever thought about that? Like, should everybody be allowed to vote? Because if you're thinking like this, if somebody comes up to you asking them to sign your petition and they say, hey, just a little disclaimer, the guy's a convicted felon and he's murdered 5 people, and you go ahead and you sign that petition anyways, do you have the ability to think? I don't think so. And I'm gonna go to another clip real quick, and we're gonna go through another clip and explain why again the red pill is not dying. The red pill is still alive. So we're gonna go through another clip real quick. Which one should we go through? This is kind of leads to my point. So this is the Whatever podcast, right? And this is where he asked the girls simple questions about the world to test their world knowledge, to test their general knowledge. And this is what I mean when I say a lot of these women do not have the ability to critically think, to question the narrative, and they are just really dumb people in general. So let's play this clip. This is him asking a bunch of basic questions to, his round table of women that if you watch the Whatever podcast, you'll know what I'm talking about. To answer these questions, by the way, very basic questions. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So I mean, I listen, at the end it was getting ridiculous, and I think she was kind of, trolling. I seriously don't think that she thinks that we live on the planet Jupiter. I think that was just trolling. But as you can see, guys, the first probably 30 to 40 seconds of the clip, they were being dead ass serious. These women, they have no idea what's going on in the world. They have no idea of the basic geographic locations of the world. And that really goes to show you that women nowadays, especially Gen Z women, they're probably all, in their late 20s and 30s. They don't have to have the ability to critically think. Women just don't have to be smart. They don't have to have the same intelligence as men do to get attention, to get jobs, etc. You can see that probably uh, by the way they're dressing. They're probably OF, they probably do porn, etc. So I'm not really surprised. And I know there's going to be a lot of people saying, "Oh, Sabia, that's not everybody. That's not all women." Of course, it's not all women. But what I'm trying to tell you guys is that the number of women that are like this, that population is increasing. That population is skyrocketing. And that is what we unfortunately see on social media apps such as TikTok, where these women will be the ones that the algorithm pushes. These women will be the ones that have the most amount of following, that have the most amount of money, status, stupid whores like Sophie Rain and other bimbos like Bonnie Blue and Lily Phillips. These whores, they're the most popular, the most famous, the most status. They have the most status, and they're the youngest, right? So, what do you think that tells you about women nowadays? I mean, they've completely been destroyed, right? I mean, let's just replay some of this clip, and I'll kind of give my commentary to it. So he asks, "Can you name 3 countries outside the USA?" What is this? Oh yeah, so 3 countries outside the USA, and she says Europe. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is insane. Let's continue. Russia's not okay. So I'm not even going to correct her. You guys already know. Okay, what the stupid whore does not understand is that you don't have to be good at geography to name a continent. These women do not understand, guys, that you do not have to be good at geography to name a fucking continent. It's pretty simple. And again, as I told you, these women these liberal feminist women, they have no idea how the world works for the most part. And the proof is in the pudding, as we can see. I mean, let's just keep going. She's right. So I think she realizes she's wrong in this moment. you know, um, yeah, I mean, it's just insane, man. Like these people have no idea, what they're doing. They got no idea what's happening. They have absolutely zero understanding of the world around them. And I mean, well, let's just keep going, right? So this is Bonnie Blue and Andrew Tate. I'm sure you guys saw this. They did a podcast together. It is what it is. But this is a segment that I wanted to watch. And this is where the podcast host, I forget his name, he's a great guy. He asked Andrew, well, what do you think of Bonnie, Andrew? Be honest. And this is what Andrew says. So yeah, that's the clip, guys. And Andrew makes some good points here. I'm gonna give him credit for that. I know he's facing a lot of backlash recently because of what happened at Miami. But yeah, he made some really good points, guys. And what is Andrew really trying to say? Well, Andrew, the host asks Andrew what he thinks of Bonnie Blue's getting with 1,057 guys in 24 hours. And he gives a very brilliant answer where he says that I don't understand why guys are complaining. Period. I don't understand why guys are complaining about Bonnie Blue's behavior. I don't understand why women are complaining about Bonnie Blue's behavior because she is, and this is what I wrote. I'm just going to read out my tweet real quick. She is the end result of feminism. What do I mean by this? Well, let's just read my tweet. Bonnie Blue is the end result of feminism. Women got what they wanted: careers, education, cars, their own properties, abortion whenever they want, and more. And now women are more preferred in college/university programs because they have empowerment programs, unlike men. And they're still unhappy. And I'm going to get to that. But nobody should be complaining. Women fought tooth and nail for feminism and to do whatever they want. Bonnie Blue is literally just doing what she wants. Women should support her in return. Now, the reason why I said all of this, guys, and I'm going to go through each one of these sentences here, is because this is something that I see even a lot of women will criticize Bonnie Blue for, getting with 1,000 guys in an hour, being a thought, etc., being the biggest thought in the entire world, probably. But a lot of women will sit there and criticize Bonnie Blue. And I don't understand that because she is what you guys wanted, just to the extreme level. You guys wanted body autonomy. You guys wanted to have reproductive rights. You guys wanted to have your careers and education and your own cars and properties and abortion whenever you wanted. You guys wanted birth control. You got it. You guys wanted empowerment programs in university and college to empower women, quote unquote. And now women do dominate college attendance. The college attendance rates for women are 60%. They make up 60% of the college students, and men make up about 40%. So they are dominating in that field too. And they fought for all of this, right? They fought tooth and nail for it. They were protesting, they were boycotting, they were striking, they were doing all sorts of things. And now that they got it, I can't believe that they are still complaining. Because in this case, in Bonnie Blue's case, she is simply the end result of all of this. What do I mean? Well, she's doing what she wants, right? Whether you agree with it or not, she is doing what she wants. And she is taking full extreme, like not even 100%, but like 1,000% advantage of what women were given, what women fought for: reproductive rights, the ability to sleep with whoever they want, right? Because hookup culture was basically invented by women. You know, we can do whatever we want, right? We can do whatever we want and sleep with as many guys as we want. We can hook up with anybody we want, and you can't shame us for that. You can't slut shame us. You can't thought shame us. You can't call us promiscuous. You can't call us hoes because that's just body shaming, right? And so Bonnie Blue took that and she took that to the next 10,000 levels. She literally took what these women were fighting for and she went max. She went absolute max. She profited off it. She got a lot of money from it. She achieved a lot of status. She's one of the most famous women in the world. Again, it doesn't matter if you agree with her philosophy. It doesn't matter if you like what she's doing because when it comes to the women, it's what you guys fought for, right? Women fought for this. They fought for this autonomy. And now Bonnie Blue is simply just, I don't know, taking this autonomy to the max. And now people are angry about it. You know, of course, as a man, as a conservative guy, I do not uh, tolerate what Bonnie Blue is doing. I think it's horrible. I think it's disgusting. She's a thought, obviously, but she is simply doing what she wants, and she's simply taking advantage of the things that women fought for the past 60 years. And yeah, man, I mean, she's just doing what she wants. So I don't see the big fuss. I don't see why people are getting angry about it, why people get rage baited into her clips and etc. She's just doing what she wants. She's happy. She made a lot of money. She's famous. She's rich. She has a lot of status. Guys want her, and that's it. So that is what we're talking about. Where a lot of these women simply do not have the ability to critically think on both sides. They don't have the ability to see the conservative worldview, and at the same time, they do not have the ability to see the end result of their own worldview, which in this case is liberal feminism, right? They don't have the ability to see the end result of feminism, which is Bonnie Blue. There's no denying that. And a lot of women will kind of skip and dance around this topic because they don't want to be flamed by the women, etc. But it is what it is. So that's what I wanted to share there, and see if there's any more clips that I want to react to. This is Brian Johnson, okay, and this is Jubilee, and Jubilee hosts all these sorts of debates. I recommend you guys go watch it. But Brian Johnson is this basically a health maxer, and he's basically a biohacker, and he's been doing this for the past 5 years. He's gotten a lot of views off it. He's basically trying to live forever, or at least till 120, he says, in a joking manner. But he was debating a bunch of people at Jubilee for why he shouldn't health max and why he shouldn't want to live forever and all this sort of stuff. And this is an interesting clip where this woman, as you can completely see here, she's got the dyed hair and she's got the eyelashes and everything. It's pretty clear to me that she's a feminist. And if you do watch the clip, which I'm going to play right now, she is a feminist. So it's like, it is what it is, right? And she's basically asking Brian Johnson, hey, you're this rich guy, you're a billionaire, so why do you care about the poor people? And it's easy for you to take care of your health. You're rich, you can afford these treatments and you can afford this food and you can afford this lifestyle. What about us? What about the poor people? What about everybody else? You're just doing this for yourself. You're selfish. And this is how Brian responds to. Let's play this clip. Guys, I'm gonna play this through and then I'm gonna react to this, right? Okay. All right. So that's the clip, guys. Um, Now I'm gonna play it and give my commentary as the clip goes through. Immediately, you can see she's attacking him. This is supposed to be now, guys. Jubilee is supposed to be a debate platform, but she's turned into basically an ad hominem personal attack. You can see her facial expression. Look, just look at her face. She's starting the debate incredibly aggressively. She's obviously not here to debate him. She's here to personally attack him and insult him. So let's play this through. And you can see her face gives you like that entitled vibe, that entitled, arrogant vibe, because she's kind of lecturing him in this tone. So he's talking about his struggles, and you can immediately see her face becomes uh her face transitions. And what is a transition from, guys? It transitions from an arrogant, cocky woman who doesn't know where she belongs, and it transitions into somebody who is currently being put in a fucking place. All right. That is what is being transitioned. That is the transition of her facial language. She is literally being disproven in real time in front of like 20 other people. As you can see in Jubilee debates, guys, what happens is the guy or the girl who is debating everybody else will sit in the middle chair, and the other person comes up, and there'll be two people, right? And it'll be the rest of them will be sitting around in a circle, ready to, get up and run and debate once the clock runs out. But you can see the look on her face is transitioning from got you, I got you, to oh shit, he was right. And that's the transition. And you can see the look on her face where she's like, she has to accept the fact that she was wrong. And it is a very difficult thing for her to do. Now, why is it a difficult thing for her to do? Well, number one, from what I can see here, she's probably a liberal, progressive, feminist woman. So it is very hard for her to accept something when she's wrong, because she's probably been taught her entire life, you go, girl, and women empowerment, and you can do whatever you want, and you don't have to listen to a man, and men are trash and kill all men, and all men are rapists, and the hashtag Me Too movement, which was obviously designed to destroy masculinity and to destroy young men. And you can look at her face right now, and she's getting, as I said, disproven in real time. And she hates that. And she has to swallow the red pill right now. She's swallowing it right now. And you can tell she's very uncomfortable for the fact that Brian actually does understand what her pain is. He obviously went through a lot in his life to be where he is today. And you can tell she hates him, man. She absolutely hates being proven wrong by Brian. But let's continue. Now, he makes such a generic good point, which I don't know whether you're on the left or the right, you should be able to come together on, which is that corporations and big conglomerates, right? Mega conglomerates, let's just say, their incentive, their number one incentive, guys, is profit. And when your number one incentive is profit, then every other incentive will take a back seat to that first incentive. Now, he's making a very generic, obvious point, which has been proven so many times. I don't know why somebody would disagree with him. The fact that companies making these medications and these products to make you ill and to make you addicted. Why? Because they want more sales. They want you to be a returning customer to their products, whether it's the pharmaceutical industry or it's anything else. It is completely clear by now that mega conglomerates have no interest in your health, and their number one incentive will always be profit maximization. So He's making a completely valid point, and we're at the end of this clip, and I will tell you what to look for when we get to this end of the clip. I'm just gonna play it. We have like 2-3 seconds of the clip left, and you will see her facial expression and how much she hated being proven wrong. Here we go. And she makes this absurd comment. Do you not think that you're addicted to trying to stay alive? Now, what did I say, guys? I said that a lot of liberal feminist women do not have the ability to think critically. And when you don't have the ability to critically think, you will make absurd comments in the middle of completely rational conversation. She literally just asked him, are you not addicted to staying alive? I think for the most part, every human being is trying to stay alive. It is a survival instinct. We literally know that human beings will do whatever it takes to stay alive. We know that because it's built into our DNA. And so she makes this absurd point out of nowhere. Like, alive? How dare you? Like, it's like it's this absurd thing. And so, that's the last clip, guys, I wanted to go over. The fact that these women have no ability to think critically and their opinions should honestly not be taken seriously at all. Of course, freedom of speech, guys. Of course, I support freedom of speech. Absolutely. I'm a free speech absolutist. People should be able to say, when you listen to a woman like this, when you listen to, maybe don't take everything they say so seriously. Maybe don't take everything they say so personally. It just might be they don't have the ability to critically think, and you are overthinking it. So, that's that. And we're going to go through the next topic, which is Trump has just given his State of the Union address. Everybody was live. Everybody was talking about it. And there are a few clips that I want to go over. But before we go over Trump's State of the Union address, I want to talk about the buildup to what has happened. And we're going to watch from California. He is here trying to essentially call out the gerrymandering that the Trump administration has done. And this is what he decided to bring to the State of the Union address. He decided to bring a survivor of Epstein's abuse, somebody who went to Pedo Island and she was raped horrifically, and he decided to bring her to the address. Let's play this clip real quick. It got 1.5 million views in 10 hours. So this is in the build-up, guys, to the Trump State of the Union address, and this was obviously very heated. Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna decided to sit next to each other, which is not something that is common, guys. Democrats and Republicans do not like to sit next to each other, especially during State of the Union addresses, because it is a time, for the president to put on the big show and to have the Speaker of the House, in this case, Mike Johnson, and the Vice President, J.D. Vance, right behind him. And, he's obviously trying to bring the heat to what is already a heated exchange. And I want to bring your attention now to Thomas Massie. We're going to go through what he said about it real quick. Um, this is his view, and he was sitting right in front of the president while he was giving his address. And let's look at some of the replies here. The only side you are on is the side of the American people. Thank you for that. Yeah, I absolutely agree. And this was the photo. I love this photo, by the way. This is what we need more of. We need Democrats and Republicans coming together on bipartisan issues, such as holding the Epstein class accountable. And so we're going to go through a few clips, guys, right now of the hearing of the State of the Union. And this is a clip where President Trump got into a shouting match with Ilhan Omar at the State of the Union. Let's see what they're saying. So, it is what it is. I don't like Ilhan Omar. I think she's, stupid, and she's obviously, I think, controlled opposition for sure. She's working for the Democrats, so it's like, two sides of the same coin. Um, yeah, I don't like this whatsoever. But, you know, I mean, there's a few more clips that I wanted to see. Uh, President Trump was telling Congress to stand. If they agreed with the statement, the first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens. And the Democrats remain seated. Let's see. The guy's falling asleep. So, I 100% agree with Trump here. Obviously, the goal of the American government should be to look after American citizens first. That's the whole agenda. But this is another clip. Let's actually kind of get into the negative sides of his State of the Union, because you know there were a lot of criticisms for Trump. And let's see if anybody said something. I'm sure people had something to say. I said anything. Uh, no, hold on. I think a lot of people were quite angry though. Um, because Trump is not addressing the Epstein files. He's not addressing what else? He's not addressing Israel. He's not addressing Ukraine. I mean, these wars have been going on for a long time, especially Ukraine, guys. Anybody who tries to tell you that Ukraine started in 2022 is an idiot, because the actual war started in 2014. So, with Ukraine being, overthrown and stuff like that. But it's just insane to me because Trump avoided all these topics and he just decided to go hammer on the Democrats. Let's see what he said um, about Minnesota. He said that these people are crazy. Uh, he says that all the time. That's not anything new. But apparently, he made a comment on Minnesota. Let's see what he said. Yeah, so yeah, I completely agree with him when it comes to Minnesota. But something interesting, uh, you know, came up. And this is what Nick Fuentes said, right? Nick is a funny guy, and this is what he said. Golden Age update. Tariffs rescinded and refunded. 3 million unreleased Epstein files. Iran will restart soon. Ukraine war ongoing. Minneapolis surrendered to illegals. Mass deportations canceled. Greenland invasion canceled. And midterm defeat guaranteed. I mean, yeah, he's right. And the top comment is like, I accidentally fell for it again. Yeah, that's 100%. This golden age has not been very golden. Yeah, just before we end the stream, guys, I want to talk real quick about Candace Owens because she has a new live stream show that is coming out on Wednesday. In Australia, it's going to be like, Thursday morning, but it's going to be this week that she's coming out with her Investigating Erika Kirk series. She says that, she took a week off air to do a series and prep for a series with her team about Erika Kirk and investigating, her marriage with Charlie Kirk and etc. And she's gonna, she took some time to, make the series, and she was off air this entire time. And I get it; it's good marketing. And as soon as she announced the series is coming out, she literally said, she got like 3 million views or whatever. Like, it's great marketing. You got to give respect to Candace, man. Candace is doing great. So she decides to make this series about Erika Cook. America time, it's Wednesday or whatever. This is her thumbnail for the series. Let's watch this. It's got 2 million views. Hold on. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, um, Yeah, so first episode is coming out February 25th. It's going to be good, guys. I think Candace is going to be right on the money. Again, I don't agree with everything that Candace says. In fact, I don't agree with anything that anyone says. I don't agree with everything that anyone says. That's stupid. That means you don't have the ability to critically think. But yeah, Candace is on track. And yeah, guys, that's it for this show. We're gonna come back live soon in a couple of days, as usual, and we might do a live episode. Or we might do pre-recorded. Uh, I'll decide that. But it's good, and I want Candace to really take this to the next level because she has been hammered by the Zionist lobby, by the Jewish lobby, etc. So, all the best for Candace, and yeah, thanks guys for joining this live show, and yeah, we'll do it time, and Until then, and goodbye. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you. God bless.